Hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. So I'm putting some moisturizer on my hands. I am here 366 days this year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's ongoing. We've got epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. And we've got a fantastic community here because of you. You have been so kind to each other. You've been so kind to me. Thank you. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go. So you can pick and choose what you're interested in. Or you can watch the whole thing back on like 1.25 speed, whatever works for you. I do that a lot on YouTube. So, hello everybody. Yes, that is George Washington. Washington. Oh, Jerry Ball, thank you. That was very sweet. Oh, Aditya. I'm so sorry. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Thank you. All right, so, okay, so I don't have on today's episode because there's really just one big thing I want to share with you. I mean, obviously I'm going to go through your questions. I've got everything organized. I've actually been standing here for like 15, 20 minutes, absolutely ready to go except for my nails. Just standing here, but I was struggling with the new tabs and what have you, but it was worth it because these are today's nails and they're a lot of fun. So, yeah, so and they match pretty well. So anyway, but all right, let's start with this. I has a confused, speaking of cats, but, let's go through this. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds in, there are a lot of questions about Trump and his hands and what have you, and I don't understand any of it because it's obvious, isn't it? So, I mean, all over the media, they're talking about Trump's hands. Let me share. So we do this. We get rid of the overlay for a second. We do that. And I share this. Okay, here we go. That's Dumpy. That's his hand. This was taken yesterday morning, and people are freaking out. Absolutely freaking out. Saying, yes, he has a disease. He has, he has cuts. He has burns. He has sores. He has... Okay, maybe if I make this bigger for a second. All right, now look very, very closely. Okay, hand. All right. It's red here. It's red here. It's red there, right there. Okay? You with me? You with me? Here, here, here. Drip. Drip. He had a nosebleed. Hello. Hey, media. He had a nosebleed. Splatter pattern. Right there. Right here. Right there. Right there. Drip. Circular spot. He had a nosebleed. And he went out and he raised his hand, and then people were like, Now the question is, why did he have a nosebleed? Because there are two possibilities that would not be well for him. And the first would be stress. I mean, a few months ago, I'll be honest, I was trying to get things done, and I was trying to, and I have low blood pressure. I have my whole life, thank heavens. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad's side of the family. I have low blood pressure, so I don't have to worry about stuff. But I was so stressed, and I was just sitting here, and I was working, and suddenly it felt like my nose suddenly ran, and out of the blue, and I was like, "What is that?" And I had a nosebleed because my blood pressure had shot up. It was like, oh, yeah, I need to make sure I take my staycation. I get some more rest. So it could be, so either he's can't handle the pressure, or the other thing that's most likely is yeah. So it's most likely he can't handle the pressure, which would make sense, except he would never admit that because his narcissism would never let that happen. Or he was sniffing something. They call that rusty pipes. If you sniff up substances and then suddenly you have a nosebleed right after, they go, oh, you go, oh, rusty pipes. That's what that's called. So you look at the blood splatter, and I don't understand why people in the media haven't just gone, yeah, he had a nosebleed. I don't get it. So anyway, yeah, Glen Byrd, pretrial self-medication is my guess. So let's have a look at it. But like I said, I mean, you know me. I'm not like, oh, I know all. You know, I'm always like, correct me if I'm wrong and what have you. But this just to me, this seems so obvious. And Sarah as well. Sarah just looked at it and she was like, nosebleed. So, yeah. Look at the perfect circular. Notice how these are splotched. And the thing is that actually, if you look at his hand and you follow what happened, there's less on his thumb. The drop was closer up here, which means it was probably bleeding out of this side of his nose. It was probably bleeding out of this side of his nose. Oh, it could be, medication, like blood thinners or airline travel or dry air or what have you. But that would also be weakness he will not want to admit at all. Oh, I don't usually I can't remember the last time I had a nosebleed either. Betty Cantrell saying, I can't remember if I've ever had one. It's not common in my family. It's not common in mine either. Kind of blew my mind a little bit. Yeah. So, cards are unruly. I'm just going to leave this up while I'm doing this question, and then I'll go back to the kitty, the founding kitty. Yeah, it could be high blood pressure, could be, but so is this a regular medical issue? Is this just a regular issue? Like it's either, it's the dry air or cold or, some, just a little bit of something, or is it a serious health condition, or is it a extracurricular activity. Hello, Becca from House of Lenormand. Becca, did you hear what I said at the beginning? Just wondering, just making sure you are up to speed on this, because I know you'll probably mention it on your live streams. Oh, all right. I'll explain it quickly. Look at his hand. Blood here, blood there. Perfect circular drop right here. Nosebleed. He had a nosebleed right before this happened. That's what that is. And if there's more blood here, so it's likely it came from out of the left side of his nose. That's what that is. And I don't understand why it isn't. I don't understand why that is. Why the media is like making up all kind of stuff. And it's like, look, I didn't even watch Dexter. But blood spatter is blood spatter. This is smudged. This is smudged, but less. There's less of it. And this is perfectly circular. So anyway, Jean Overton says those are sores, not blood. You know, you're welcome. We're all welcome to our own opinions. But if you look, trust me, people are going to be looking at that hand pretty soon, and don't know what happened there. People will be looking at his hand today. Bet you anything it's clean. Bet you anything it's clean. Shane Ciardi says those are blisters when doctor said it was from golfing too much with a new club. Looks like a burn from picking up something. Glen Byrd's asking, is Trump at the trial today or at the funeral? He's going to the funeral after the trial. All right. Well, we each are, I'm looking at it right now, and also we each have we are each allowed, it's like in therapy. Your feelings are valid. Ace of Pentacles, Emperor, Six of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, King of Wands. Well, he's under a lot of pressure. There's nothing here about recreation, just so you know. Thank you, Fran. Hang on, Becca said something. We'll know soon enough once he starts tweeting about it, kind of like what he did when people were talking about how bad he smells. Yeah. Oh, and we're not talking about his neck. Trying to see if there's anything else to pick up here. All right. He is under a lot of stress, but Sammy says, I saved a ton of money just by not eating out. Eating in only. I'm a lot healthier. When eating out, the proportions are too big. That's good. I don't know what that I don't know what that has to do with this. But he is under a lot of stress, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's not. Please remember, this man has no coping skills. Zippo. This is Trump the man, out in the cold. He's the emperor. Having to give out money, it's definitely stressful. Okay, so definite. Congratulations, you also avoid bioengineered food. Sammy Autumn? Did I miss something? I don't understand. I'm sorry. So I was like, all right, well, he's definitely under stress, and so is it just stress? And so I pulled some more cards. Ace of Cups, 5 of Cups, 7 of Cups. Card for the reading. Cups is medical. Page of Swords. All of the cups are the cards of health and health related things. The 7 of Cups is the cards of things that will mess with your head. Ooh, that's what I'm getting. I don't have, like, I've got a 10 of Swords, which is more about his legal stuff. It feels like, because it's followed card for the reading, and then I've got an Ace of Pentacles and the Emperor. So this is legal worry, money worry. But I don't have like the Ace of Swords, which would be that's usually an injected medication or something that is definitely from a doctor. That's the card I get for medicine from a doctor. Elizabeth Farmer says the Ace of Cups can be substance abuse. Yeah. So I think he is under stress, and I think this is how he's dealing with it. I mean, thank you, Sammy. Thank you. Thank you. Victor Magenta, what's the card for that kind of illness? It would be a combination of cards. Okay, here, let me show you. In the original reading here. All right, we're done. We're done with you. You're gross. You're gross. Goodbye. Remove. Stop sharing. Goodbye. Kitty. Okay. Let me show you. This, the 5 of Pentacles, this is out in the cold. This is traditionally a card of illness and poverty and absolute desperation. Now, if it was something medical, it should be surrounded, there should be cups around it, because that's the medical stuff. But this is all about money. And a whole lot of arrogance. And so this is more out in the cold. This is him being knocked down from being an emperor to just a guy. So that's what I'm getting. It's probably a combination of things, but I get more lack of coping skills than other stuff. And I don't have anything like a burn. I'd get something like the Tower with that big lightning bolt, or I'm trying to think what else. But I would get other things for a burn. So, all right. Oh, Cherry Bomb says, I love you, George Washington. Cross the Delaware for treats, yarn, and pets. You're kidding. Lois McDonald says, Congressional Kitty knows what he's done. Yes. Duh. Valerie Sargent says, if it was a burn, it would be covered. Ooh. There we go. Raymond, is it David? David Meinertz said, it's a penny pinching accident. That was good. That was good. All right, let's move on to something else. But anyway, at 20 minutes in, N.R. Milford had a question. A couple questions here. We looked a little bit at the E. Jean Carroll trial yesterday, but we've got some more questions. So let me go through these. So, what does the jury think of Trump's behavior during the E. Jean Carroll trial? Because they can hear him. Hello, jury. You're stuck sitting there and you can't mumble and put your feet up, or you have to sit there quietly and behave. Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Cups, Seven of Swords, Six of Cups, Fool. They think he's acting like a child. This woman, E. Jean Carroll, she is living out she's now moved out to a cabin, a small cabin in the back of Beyond, surrounded by, she got a dog for protection, a rescue, and there are all kind of, there's an electric fence and whatnot around her property. She bought, I don't want to get demonetized, so accessories for her pew pew that she inherited from her father. And where does she keep the pew pew? Next to her while she sleeps. It's beside her while she sleeps. She went grocery shopping. She got a full cart. She went out. She had parked over, kind of safe area off the side. There was a man leaning against her car waiting for her. She turned around. She went back inside. She watched. She waited for him to leave. And then she was so freaked out, she ran out, got in her car, and went home. And forgot her groceries. 2 weeks worth of groceries. She just forgot. Because she was so freaked out. So, who's being the adult here? Well, jury duty, but all right, things have definitely changed for the ex-president. They were open to the idea that maybe the prosecution, maybe the judge, maybe they were being too harsh, maybe they were too aggressive. They were open, the jury was open to that idea. But Alina Habba, holy buckets, saying that Carroll wanted it. What century are you in? I wonder if the original jury probably heard, I don't know if this jury will, but the original jury probably heard in the first trial, probably heard Trump saying it's been this way for, unfortunately, it's been this way for millions of years, or fortunately, and he's acting like a child. So they went in there actually with an open mind of, okay, but this is her, and that is Trump. Trump wants to get kicked out because he'll use it as the martyr, the what have you. But it's bad. And I don't believe for a minute he's going to stay quiet. I don't care how much how much the penalty is for this one. 25 even. Will Trump defame Jean Carroll again and end up back in court again? Save. Okay. Bernadette Smith says he can't help himself. That's what the judge said. The judge said you obviously cannot control yourself. Now, it isn't in the court record, but there were people nearby who said that in response, Trump muttered, you can't control yourself. You're the one who can't control themselves. What the blankety blank? Ooh, cards right off the top. Judgment, 3 of Swords, World, 6 of Swords, 5 of Swords, Devil. Yes, he's just gonna keep running his mouth. Yep. Good grief. Oh, exactly. Cherry bomb. Oh, good comeback. You got him, Dumpy. Circa. Na 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 boo boo. Yeah. There's going to be judgment. Swords of the heart. It's done. Done. Walk away. Pay the money. Pay the nice lady. And walk away. And he goes out to communicate. He goes out to his rallies and what have you. Insult to injury. Absolute corruption. And right there, Queen of Swords. She can bring litigation again. I don't know that she'd want to, but man. Thank you, Mousy. Thank you. All right. Oh, bother. Okay. What else have we got? You've got great questions from you. Another question from N.R. Milford at 28 minutes in. And thank you for being here. Thank you. Did Trump hire Habba because he plans to use incompetence of counsel in an appeal if he's convicted? I don't think that's why he hired her, but will he use, when he loses, will he use incompetence of counsel to appeal? But as far as convicted goes, I mean, well, certainly in the case that's going on now, it's just a matter of how much does he owe. It's penalties. It's not. He's already been. The jury's already found him liable. So, but let's have a look if he will basically throw Habba under the bus because he's Donald Trump. Ugh. Six of Cups. Let's just say the energy between those two is different. SW, did you see the comment by Tarot? No, I didn't. I'm sorry. Lynette says, is this for civil court? We should avoid using criminal court verbiage with civil court proceedings. Yeah, we're doing the best we can. Yeah. The energy between them is a little. Unprofessional. Oh, right now she is sitting pretty. At least she thinks she is. He does all kinds of awful, but she's fine with him doing all kinds of awful. Trump the man, and she's there protecting him. She's taking his side. She's fighting the same people he's fighting. Oh, it's a match made in MAGA heaven. He won't get rid of her for a while. Not until he starts losing the big stuff. This he can blame on the judge. He can blame on it's when he wants her there, or if she gets involved in any of his criminal trials. I don't know that she would, but at the same time, he doesn't have a whole lot of good lawyers who will work with him. Just saying. Greta says, "What's the lover's card?" Obvious. I mean, she got. Is it special dispensation to work in New York because her law license is in New Jersey, or is it the other way around, or something? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, even if it isn't a full-blown affair, the energy is so entangled. The energy is so entangled. So, yeah. Okay. 3230. Oh, unfortunately, this is a very useful question. Heather, good question. The court, as in prosecutors, judges, etc., juries, are they afraid of retaliation? Because if you think he's gone after Eugene Carroll, what do you think he's going to do to you? People are discussing in the chat whether or not Habba is pretty or not, and she said she'd rather be pretty than smart because she can fake being smart. Not as well as you think. But frankly, at the end of the day, pretty is as pretty does, and ugly is from the inside. There are a lot of people who don't have the perfect, as good a balance of features, who are honestly much, much more attractive because they're good people. All right, why do I have cards just falling all out? I mean, I've got all kind. I think they're people coming out of the woodwork. Man. Amy Jones thinks she looks like a blowfish. Flower 1 star says she's a terrible lawyer. I think we can all agree on that, down to the ground. 5 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. I've got 3 cards in the middle. And then the 3 of Cups and the 8 of Swords. Do you know where we are? Why I don't pick up on us having another January 6th kind of thing? Because the worst people have already taken their shot and missed. They've already tried and blew it. Are the people, like in this court, the prosecutors, judges, juries, or people in the jury, are they afraid of retaliation? Well, they go in there with some hesitation. And then, yeah, you can absolutely, I've got horribleness in the middle. These are people, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. These are people, these are MAGA people with power or position. These are, the Knight of Pentacles would be more the on the ground operatives. Right in the middle, this is feeling, this is PTSD inducing, feeling like they're just enemies at the door. But it ends with a 3 of Cups and an 8 of Swords, which means ultimately these people show who they are and they get stopped. So the more these jerks are making threats, are following people, are doing awful, the less likely that anybody's going to be in any position to organize another January 6th or worse. But jurors, judges, people who work at courthouses should not have to take one for the team, or 2 or 3 or 100 or 400 or 1,000 for the team. That's what I think. At 36:50, Glenn had a question. 36, well, it's 36:55. Let's do that. Judge Cannon. Oh, joy. And if I sound like, oh, it's never at you, it's never at the questions, it's just at these people. But that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to read on. We're here to go through the news together. That's what we do. Cannon can't go against CIPA rules, CIPA rules. Even if she tries a paperless order, it is not allowable. Jack Smith can then petition the 11th Circuit Court for her removal, because the discussion that was going on, if I remember correctly, was about it's like Trump was saying he was complaining he wasn't getting access to top secret documents, and then correct me if I'm wrong, isn't he now saying something like he has the right to look at all top secret documents? Please. And if Cannon goes along with this, she's toast. So, Cannon, are you going to continue to shoot yourself in your southernmost appendages? Four of Pentacles. She is so trying to. Oh, I didn't do it in writing. But I didn't do it in writing. But I didn't do it in writing. I didn't write it down. So you can't take me to the appeals court. It's a game. Hello, Lori. Lori's here from Way of Positive Change. Hello. And if you need any personal readings, Lori, the Way of Positive Change. That is a great person to go to. Becca, I don't know if you do personal readings. Do you? A Lenormand personal reading, perhaps? I don't know. Cannon. My stomach turns. As the stomach turns. Look, he walked off with the stuff, and they can prove it. He does not have a right to it. And she's just trying to go along with it, but she is a page over here. She's not the queen. Oh, Becca does. Grand tableaus and 1 hours. Ooh, if you would like a grand tableau reading. Becca from House of Lenormand does personal readings. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, good stuff. But Cannon is... This is weak. This is very weak. She is playing games. I'll have to check out your channel, Sherry. Howling at the Moon. Two of Pentacles. It could be wishful thinking on my part. That's always a possibility. The point of the cards is to get past my own biases. But my gosh, it feels like she is in a weak position. She knows she's in trouble, but she's being promised the world by, I don't know if it's Federalist Society or I don't know whom, but they're... And she thinks she can keep... She is so full of herself. She really thinks she can keep Jack Smith at a distance, out in the cold, in a weak position. She thinks she is all that. That's a good point, Darren. Red hat, reverse it. It spells hatred. That's true. Cannon. Oh, gosh. Seriously, my stomach's turning. Just, ugh. Insult to injury. That's what she is all about. Ace of Cups, Four of Cups, Eight of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups. She's, for a little while longer at least, she's going to keep playing games and she's going to get away with it. I don't understand. He started out well. She's not. She's in refusal of all the cups, all the stuff. Nope. Shan't, won't. She's willing to listen to, basically, she's looking at Trump's side and saying, give me anything to work with. Anything. And whatever Jack Smith wants, any excuse not to do it. But she's, again, a page. It's weak. She's getting weaker and weaker. And eventually she will hit a limit where she cannot keep going down that road. She can't keep acting like that. But this is all minor arcana, and it takes a while. Chigom's wondering, does she have similar energy to Diet Dr. Pepper? I'm going to use the cards because I want to. That's a good question, but I want to. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I knocked over my notebook. I'm so sorry, precious. I did not mean to scare the kitty. You're so good. You're so good. Yes, you are. Oops. He's okay. Oh, the poor thing. It actually fell next to him on his bed. My notebook fell. Little thing. By the way, I love this sticker that I found. But anyway. Oh, poor little thing. Okay. The difference between Cannon, let's look at this. 40, 44, 35. I'm usually, at least I like to think I'm good at explaining. And for some reason, I guess, I do think this matters. The difference between Cannon and Powell. Sidney Powell. I need a hazmat suit some days. They're both aggressive and ineffectual, ultimately. That's what I get there. But all right, Cannon's being promised the world. Again, I got that victory card until she finally runs up against the sword of truth, or Trump runs up against the sword of truth. But for right now, she is being promised. She's thinking Trump could get in and she could end up on the Supreme Court. I am not kidding you. That is what she's thinking. If they're not outright promising her that, then they are hinting. This could go very well for you if Trump gets in. Whereas Sidney Powell, she's on the way down. She's, yeah, I mean, yeah, of course she's supportive of Trump, but she's on the downside of the Wheel of Fortune, and Cannon is convinced she's on the upswing. So they act accordingly. Anyway. Oh, Raymond de Pascal, Cannon definitely has delusions of grandeur. Yes. Oh. All right, so have you heard the latest rumor about who Trump's thinking about having as his VP? 4730. Yes, Elise Stefanik. And I know I've heard some people pronounce her name one way. I've heard other people pronounce it a different way. For right now, I'm just going to say Elise Stefanik. There is talk, there is chatter. I love her congressional picture. This for a second. Share screen. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she doesn't look cold or hard at all. She looks empathetic. No, she doesn't. I can't even. Really? Okay. Trump eyes. Oops. Sorry. Trump eyes Representative Elise Stefanik as potential VP pick. Quote, she's a killer. Well, he's broken every other law. He's spoken highly of her. The Republican from New York. Border security and immigration, New York's 21st congressional district. It shares hundreds of miles of border with Canada. Oh, yeah. Joins Fox and Friends discuss the Biden border on Fox. Goldman files censure against Stefanik. This was yesterday for calling January 6 defendants hostages. Yes, that was her. So, is Miss Congeniality here going to become Trump's VP pick? I haven't looked at the astrology yet, but let's have a look at the tarot. Of course, Mrs. Elise was at Bedminster all summer. Ooh. Betty Cantrell says, isn't she a flat earther? Oh, I would laugh so hard. Oh, I would laugh so hard. can you believe? Could you picture the political ads if she's a flat earther? Oh my gosh. Oh, it'd be manna from heaven. I mean, onto a flat earth, but okay, so yeah, Fran Urbina, yeah, Cruella de Green is going to be mad, bigly mad. Man, oh day. I'd want, well, she's obnoxious enough. Knight of Pentacles, Hierophant, Ace of Cups, Eight of Swords, High Priestess. She's obnoxious. And she has a position in government, so she's familiar. She knows the right people. That's the card for the reading. However, in the middle, Ace of Cups, Eight of Swords, High Priestess. She has her own stuff she will have to eventually deal with. I'm not picking up entirely on what this is yet, but I am picking up on Democrats are going to do really well in November, and I've picked that up over and over and over. And her being completely hemmed in. If you want to be somebody's pick to be a heartbeat away from the big chair, you do not want to get the Eight of Swords as one of your final cards. I don't care if you've got the High Priestess next to it, which, you know, she's I'm guessing she's religious, because I'm getting the High Priestess here as in the tarot deck. Traditionally, the High Priestess was the Popess, which I always thought was weird because I was raised Catholic. Of course, there's a woman is Pope. Preposterous. Of course. But I'm getting the Popess here. But secrets, and this is a mess. But she gets hemmed in. And Democrats are going to do well. Joyce Matthews says, I guess Carrie Lake would be angry too. Oh yeah. I mean, if Trump does pick a VP, pick someone for VP, all his other little would-be girlfriends are going to run away. And I'm not saying they want to be his girlfriend. I'm saying that he wants all the women fawning all over him because he's gross. So, Larry Summerlin, that's a really good question. Does Elise accept rubles? Zircon, Christian nationalist. Oh, is she a Christian nationalist? I'm so shocked. Shocked. I tell you, shocked. All right, what else we got here? Oh boy. All right, so You know who I want to look at? I mean, I don't, but I do. But I don't, but I do. 5415, Ted Cruz. 5415. Ted Cruz endorsed Donald Trump for president. I look, I am a divorced woman, and it's my nature to be loyal. So it was, you know, divorces are never easy. So it's not something I would do lightly. But let me tell you, if my husband supported Donald Trump, or maybe he was against Donald Trump, good, that's good. But then Donald Trump attacked my husband, my family, and me. And my husband stood up for us. Good, we're good. And then he started supporting the person who attacked Me? And after all this time, he's still supporting Dumpy. Where's there an upside here? No. Then again, I don't know. I like husbands who have a spine. Misquoting Trump. I like people who weren't whatever. Yeah, well, I like husbands who have a spine. Ted Cruz, not a spine. I'll go back and show one day. I'll go back and show you his astrology again, which I haven't done for ages. But yeah, he's got Chiron linked in with his sense of self, and it's where you get the sniveling. That's what that is. Oh, there you go. So Ted Cruz has endorsed Trump for president. While this isn't necessarily surprising, why is Cruz still relevant in any way? Why are people voting for him? Why is he still in office? I don't get that. Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Ace of Cups, Strength. See, I don't want to get excited about the possibility of him being voted out, him being yeeted out of office. I wouldn't even say pulled. I would say metaphorically. There's a plan. Personally, not sure about the... I'm not really much of a conspiracy person. But I do wonder about the full fairness, the 100% fairness of voting in Texas. Just saying. However, there's insult added to injury coming for him. Swords is also voting because Democrats are going to do well, and women are going to come out in droves to vote. So there's a part of me that's like, does that mean he gets yeeted out? Because there is insult to injury coming for him. Could it be? Could it be, please? Lord, I know we don't talk often. Cherry says Snowflake should take his seat. Ted Cruz. Ten of Cups. Democrats doing pretty well for the reading. Card for the reading. Insult to injury again. Six of Cups. Eight of Cups. People want... Make, I get this a lot, make government boring again. Make politicians just be people doing their job, willing to go wade through the muck in politics. Eight of Cups, though, this is a whole lot of Democratic votes and someone in red walking away. So there's a chance. There's a chance. So you're saying I have a chance. There's a chance. But next time this jerk is up for re-election. And it would be glorious if it was a woman. Glorious, I tell you. But that's what I'm picking up. So Bunny 53, totally off topic. Oh, the nail stickers. I'm trying a new kind this morning, but I've got a few more. I've got at least two new types to try. I tried one of them this morning. But there's another one I'm more optimistic about. So I'll try those tomorrow. So fingers crossed. All right, so it is I've been on for an hour, so it is 1:01 p.m. here in Chicago, And I'm so grateful that you've been here and you've gone through the news with me. This can be so icky, especially when you're by yourself. And you make it better. You make it so much better. Oh my gosh. But we are going to get through this. We really are. It's Thursday, so yeah. Things are pretty normal. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. As always, you're always welcome. If you want to work on some of your own projects, we just want to encourage you. That's it. This is simple stuff. But I'll be there starting at 3. So that's 2 hours from now. And other than that, yeah. Tomorrow, yeah, be right back here. Same cat time, same cat channel. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Oh, Browan says, I've met Ted Cruz. He's as creepy as he looks. Gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry. They put that sage. Sprinkling sage all over you. Okay. You're not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead. So take care. And I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Bye.